What's up, guys? We're back in the shop today. We don't have any work going on today, so instead we're going to work on the Jeep. And I figured I'd show you guys that we got our parts in the mail. We got our 420 chain. This is actually 10 foot plus 2 extra links. We got our jack shaft collars. We got our axle collars. And we also got our sprocket, which we already put on there. We did have to modify this a little bit, the holder for it, to make it work, but it actually does work. However, I did figure something out yesterday. My gearing is set for top speed instead of like a acceleration torque, so I'm not very sure what I'm going to do there. I think I'm going to change that. I bought another sprocket. I'm going to try to make it a little bit lower so that way it has a little bit more torque. Because I have a 13-tooth sprocket in the front on the actual engine, and then the rear sprocket is a 16-tooth. So I'm going to try to probably drop the jack shaft down quite a bit to see if I can actually get a bigger sprocket on there so we can actually get a little bit more torque down and the beginning of the acceleration. But however, for now, what I want to do is I want to start working on the brakes. I actually have our hydraulic brake caliper here. And we need to figure out how exactly it is we're going to get this sucker on here and how we're going to mount it. So it's going to go something like that. And what I figured is I'll CNC cut out a bracket that goes from here to here that will actually hold the brake caliper, something like that. And that should do us pretty good for what we're trying to do. And then I got to get my chain wired up and stuff like that on our sprocket. This is a 37-tooth sprocket. Over there's a 10-tooth sprocket. I'm gonna try to put a 40 on there and see if it fits. If it doesn't, we'll go back to the 37-tooth and kind of see how that goes. The ratio, I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but I asked ChatGPT yesterday a bunch of stuff about the ratio, the gear ratio, and what I've come up with is a 13-tooth on the front, up on the engine, a 21-tooth on the jack shaft, going from a 10 on the jack shaft to a 37 to 40 on the rear end. That should be okay. I'm not 100% sure. It may not do crazy burnouts or nothing, but it'll still go pretty fast, I think. But the objective is to get this thing to go roughly 50 miles an hour. So stay tuned. We're going to get back to work, and I'll be posting a video very, very, very soon.